All right, class. Well, this is Dr. Gutierrez again, and I'm going to show you a different technique now, this time on how we actually maybe teach students on how to add integers. So the traditional route, and there's different ways that you can do this. The traditional route that we typically teach students, in particular in middle school, is we tell them, that if they have the actually different signs, in a problem, they will actually subtract them. So different signs, they subtract, and then they keep the sign of the biggest number. A perfect example would be like this one. So -6 plus 4. -6 is a negative, so the 6 has a negative, the 4 has a positive to it. They're different signs, so we're going to subtract these numbers, and so my answer would be 2, and keep the sign of the biggest number. The biggest number is the 6, so it would be -2. So the answer here for -6 plus 4 would be -2. However, there's a different way, and then the other part is that if they're the same signs, we add the numbers. So if these are the same signs, we're going to add these numbers, which would be 5, and then keep the sign. Okay, so it would be -5. So -2 plus -3 would be -5. But there's another way. Sometimes it's hard for our kids to remember these steps, and then when we're trying to teach them multiplying and dividing. So if you can try to tell your kids that multiplying and dividing is the tic-tac-toe method, or I kind of draw kind of like an X, and then the adding and subtracting is literally the scoreboard method, which if they've played baseball, soccer, football, they're very familiar with the scoreboard. So the way the scoreboard actually works is, well, let's take this example here, -6 and 4. So each digit counts as a team, okay? So this is the positive side team, and this is the negative team, all right? So we have a -6, so a 6, so that's part of the negative team. And then we have a 4, which is part of the positive team. So what you do is then you tell your kids, so you tell your kids to set it up, and then you tell your kids, okay, by how many points did the negative team win by? And they will tell you that the negative team won by 2 points. Okay, so the negative team won by 2 points, and you keep the sign of the negative. So it should be -2. Okay, doing this problem here, erase this here. You have a -5 and a -4. So you're going to go ahead and put these on the negative side. So you have a 5, a negative team scored 5 here, and also a 4 here as well. So in total, how many points did the negative team score? Well, they scored a total of 9 points, 9 negative points. Okay, that's how you explain that one. Okay, so again, you put the digits where they go with each team. So this is the negative side, and this is the positive side. All right, let's look at this one over here. So this one, let me erase this here. So we have a 2 that's in the negative side, and we have a 3 that's in the negative side. So then you ask yourself, how many points did the negative team win by? Oh, they won by, if you add up all the points, they won by a total of -5. Okay, so you make sure that you keep the sign. All right, and that's the scoreboard method.